Domestic violence is often defined not as physical assault, but as subjective fear. So that again, as with divorce itself, guilt is determined not by any objective act of the accused, but by the subjective state of mind of the accuser. But the essential thing to remember about domestic violence hysteria is that it is almost entirely connected with divorce and child custody. Law journals have repeatedly documented how false accusations are treated as true and used to separate parents from their children without any corroborating evidence. But it's very clear, actually, even if you just look at the literature on domestic violence itself, okay, which is obsessed with child custody. After all, if physical violence was the problem, one would expect that the principal concern would be that men are beating their wives and not being prosecuted, with custody as a secondary matter. If duly convicted criminals are incarcerated, after all, custody shouldn't be an issue. Instead, the literature on domestic violence is dominated by the complaints not that allegedly violent assailants are avoiding prison and walking the streets, but that they're allowed to see their children after involuntary divorce. So pointed is this complaint that custody rather than safety is the principal grievance concerning parents who are being portrayed as violent criminals. Okay. All this confirms that most of these batterers have not battered anyone, and that the entire affair is a ploy to win advantage in divorce court.